Move to the story. 4 police officers have been arrested following the killing in Braamfontein of Mthokozisi Ntumba last week. Now, he died after being fired on, apparently with rubber bullets. Eyewitness reports from the scene suggest police gave no warning before opening fire. The independent police investigative directorate has been probing what happened, and now 4 officers will have to answer. They'll be in court on Wednesday, facing charges of murder, attempted murder, and defeating the ends of justice. And to tell us more, I'm joined by IPID spokesperson Ndileka. Good evening. Thank you so much for joining us. Could you explain to us how IPID was able to conduct its investigation? How did you piece together what happened?
Good afternoon, and good afternoon to eNCA viewers. I could say that since the day this incident occurred, which was on the 10th last week, Wednesday, IPID was called into the crime scene and were able to cordon off the crime scene, and we started our probing process. We're able to get detailed account of what transpired from eyewitnesses. We're able to get voluminous evidence within the crime scene, and we had to employ various investigative aids. Of course, as you know, that our investigators, they are quite they are trained in the field. But over and above that, we also had to rely on the autopsy, which was going to confirm the actual cause of death, as well as ballistic analysis. So the firearms were taken for ballistics so that they are examined. So all those were taken into account, and then IPID was able to come to this conclusion, and we consulted with the prosecutor at the right time when we were able, at the point when we reached a particular threshold in terms of our evidence. Then we contacted the crime prosecutor, and they've granted us permission to go ahead and arrest the 4 police officers, as you have indicated, that are currently being detained and that are set to appear on Wednesday in Johannesburg Magistrate Court.
Are you able to confirm whether it was indeed rubber bullets that were used at the scene? There was some concern that even live ammo might have been used. Are you able to categorically rule out any live ammunition on scene?
No, I am unable to do that, because that information forms part of the evidential information that IPID is going to be presenting before the court of law, and to ensure justice and to ensure that we don't compromise our evidence, and we don't sort of empower the suspects on what we have as part of our evidence and what we've discovered and unleashed during our investigation. I'd rather that information is discussed at the point where it is before the court of law, and after that we can go ahead and deliberate further on our findings. But timing now does not allow me.
I understand. Are you able to quickly tell us whether warnings were given? Because eyewitness reports indicated warnings were not given by police before they opened fire. Have you been able to establish anything on that?
That also, I would give a similar response to that let us discuss the merits of the case, what we've managed to find as we're doing our investigative work. Let us please allow IPID to preserve that evidence, and let's present it before the court of law, and after that we'll have pleasure coming to the public and divulging what we're able to find when they've been convicted, at least.
There was another incident on that day, and that was the incident on Empire Road, where police opened fire with rubber bullets. Are you also looking into that, or is it just the incident around the death of Mthokozisi Ntumba?
There are other allegations as well that have been reported to IPID. There are people who are allegedly in hospital, whom they were as a result of the police officers having discharged firearms. That is why there's 3 counts of attempted murder. It's attempted murder because 3 people did not die, but as alleged, they were shot by police officers. So there are other 3 counts of attempted murder that IPID is investigating, plus murder.
So, sorry, just to clarify, the 4 police officers who've been arrested, am I correct that it's not all in connection with the killing of Mthokozisi Ntumba? It's also relating to what happened at that second site?
Precisely. The 4 police officers that have been arrested, they're facing the charges that you alluded to when you were speaking, ma'am. It includes murder, and then it's 3 counts of attempted murder, as well as 4 counts of defeating the ends of justice. So those officers, among them, they're facing those charges.
All right, well, thank you so much for giving us as much information as you can at this point. We do appreciate it. IPID spokesperson Ndileka Qola explaining that those 4 police officers have been arrested in connection not only with the killing of Mthokozisi Ntumba, but also what happened at other points during the march last Wednesday.